Oh, we always say here on Smile that sometimes your biggest obstacle getting in the way of your dreams is you. And Lij Tafari Smith is a teacher in Japan, encouraging all of us to walk in our purpose. He's not just a teacher. I'm going to let him tell you about how he just stepped into his newest role as a recording artist. Lij, good morning.
Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Smile Jamaica team. Morning, Jamaica.
The last time we spoke, we were talking about the Olympics. You were kind of our resident Japanese filler-inner. At that time, had you come home yet, or you were about to come home for a little bit?
No, I was about to visit.
You were about to visit. You were teasing us in social with some songs that you recorded on your phone, and the feedback was like, whoa, guy, you should record that. And you came home and you recorded that. So what prompted you to literally make this thing happen?
All right, so let's just start from last year. So I created a YouTube because we were in the pandemic, and at that time it would have been rough for all of us. At that time, a lot of people also became very creative. So created the YouTube, but I thought to myself, I wanted to make a YouTube song. I wanted to do something different. I came up with a 20-second jingle, and Simone, people just loved it. And so I just thought it was going to be for YouTube. But when people would say, oh, you should definitely consider music because this is actual talent, I was like, nah, this is something that I love doing. I love singing, but I never imagined it would happen. And then a producer saw me and he gave me a rhythm free of cost. Big up Doval, by the way. He said, Lij, no, seriously, I'm going to give you this rhythm. You do whatever you want to do with it. But by the end of the day, a song should be on it. And I was like, all right. And so here we are now.
So was that a challenge for you, Lij? Because you have a way with lyrics. But melody is a whole different thing. When you get a rhythm, you can go one of 50,000 ways, right? Depending on where the melody takes you.
Absolutely.
So was that hard for you?
It actually wasn't difficult because I'm somebody who's very good with music. As somebody would say, maybe you're not the best vocalist, but you have a musical ear. So that's definitely something that I would have prided myself in. So when he said it to me, I always listen to the part that would sound like the chorus. And I'm like, that's it. And then the verses just came after. Mm-hmm. And so I guess it was just very organic, which made me very grateful because I knew that if this was the first song, it would have to be something really, really good. You can't come here half-hearted.
Correct. So from the time you did the YouTube song and you saw that feedback, you had intended to make this a bucket list item?
Actually, no, because when people would say you should make the song, I was saying to them, yeah, we're going to make it, or look out for it. Just giving them some teasers, but I honestly did not contemplate it. And it's like, every time I would have gone back to my normal 9 to 5, there was just this tug. Like something said to me, record that song, do not leave it unturned. And I was like, all right, I'm going to listen. And I just put pen to paper and that's it.
So you came home. But it was
really just a joke at the beginning.
You came home, you voiced it. You went back to Japan and you shot the video, which is going to drop like a ton of bricks at 12 o'clock at lunchtime today.
At 12 lunchtime, yes.
Tell me about that now, because we've been seeing trailers of the video, and boy, it looked like you went all out.
Boy, Simone, we always say it in Jamaica, you either go out or you go home. And at this point, we're not really ready for going yet. So the video pretty much speaks to even the journey that I went through as it relates to the music, knowing when it's your time, knowing when to walk in your purpose, knowing something tugs in your mind and tugs in your heart. You should not question your gut feelings because most likely it's telling you to do something that is way past the expectation that you never thought you could do, but you eventually achieved it. And so for the video, I wanted the concept to be special. I didn't want it to be like the normal videos where everything was easy to be interpreted. So it speaks about people trying to maneuver their way through the world and also trying to compare themselves because all of us have fallen short to comparison culture. But at the end, you realize that in the video, purpose cannot die. And so you'll see people tracking me down, trying to derail me, trying to detour me. And it doesn't speak to me, but I would represent everybody in that situation because we've definitely had people in our lives that would have probably told us, you're not good enough. That's not your path. This is what I'm used to. So you should stay in that box. So it speaks about purpose and just doing things while being authentically, unapologetically you.
So how does this fit into the life of Lij moving forward? Because you're doing a master's now, right?
Yes, I am. Oh, you remember? Yes, I
I
definitely
don't
am.
forget things, guy. And when I talk to people, I listen, especially when their
Yeah.
stories resonate with me. So how are you going to fit that in now with the recording artist portion of you? And I want to know what kind of traction you're getting, not only here, but in Japan, where I've told you that if you strike a chord there in a bedroom, you are rich for the rest of your... I mean, it's not about the money, but the way
Right.
them love Jamaican music in that country.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, they're very big on it. So in doing a master's, in doing music, in doing my 9 to 5, it really comes down to the discipline and the compartmentalizing, because I have to realize that I have to show up in each of these parts. Remember the last time I spoke to you on the interview, I had said something to you. I said, with all these talents, one must work out. I don't know if you remember that,
Yes.
but I'm still staying true to that. And I'm going to finish. It's actually dissertation time, so I'm finishing up and I hope to finish strong. But I also really want to do music full time. So just trying to do all things that I can do while maintaining discipline, and also taking time with myself and extending grace is what I'm doing at this point. It's not
Awesome.
always easy, but I definitely try to do it. As it relates to Japan, the song had dropped today. My students at school, they have been over the moon. No, they don't understand nothing in Simon. But when I tell you, and what them say, when music hit you, you feel no pain.
It's a
And
universal language. You don't have to
yeah,
understand it. You just have to feel it.
so they literally don't know what I'm saying, but they love it so much. And people have been, I got a call from the embassy, and they were like, wow, Lij, this is crazy. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
that's a
God.
compliment for me. Very happy
Wow.
about it.
Wow, wow, wow. That is fantastic. We have a clip from the video that's going to drop at noon
Oh,
today.
premiere.
So, drum roll, Unique, do your thing.
Just vibes. Hey, this summer season like a monkey had a sponsor. Iniquity dead and no corona and no cancer. My name vibrating now, they made the ring without an answer. Like a page out of me book, them sell it on a song star. Like Christian on the Sabbath, someone rest back on the reading. Beginning to the end and the end back to the beginning. My days them long like this establishment area. This man I got this on me, I go with it.
Bill back on a traveler, just live tune
Lifestyle,
back.
my style.
Oh man, how do you feel when you see that clip
I feel,
premiering on national local television, guy?
no, Simone, I feel absolutely, I feel elated, but I also feel very grateful, because I know of the years I've daydreamed even about doing something like this, but you always felt like it wasn't reachable or it was unattainable. But something said to me, I think 2 weeks ago, I was watching an advertisement with Serena and Venus Williams, and it was by Nike. And it says, it always seems crazy until
Until
you
it's
do
done.
it. Until you do it. And I was like, looking back now, I was like, I shot this video in 12 hours. This was just one day. And I did that song, that studio session in just 2 hours. And so just looking at all the work that I've put in, because even though the studio time would probably be short, the video time would be short, like just the conceptualizing, the stresses of going through even the legalities, all of that, I'm just really proud of myself, and I'm proud of my team. So big up Jimmy Q, JA, big up Anthony Records, big up iFidel, Sharida. I know it's not a big up show. Big up Nathaniel, my law personnel, and big up everybody on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram, who have supported me. And big up
Excellent.
Mommy as usual.
Oh, Mommy Raquel, big up.
Yeah, I don't want to cuss me.
Alfidel and Sharida, amazing talent. That made the song all that much better, but really you did this, Lij. So I guess the message for our Friday morning viewers is that just do it. You never know what can be done until you just do it. And the truth is that you can have many talents, how one of them must work out. But the fact is that all of them can work out, Lij. You don't have to choose just one.
Absolutely. So I'm not dropping it.
None of us are any one thing. I'm proud of you, sir. Good job. And I can't wait to see the feedback when this thing dropped today. Thank you for checking in with us from Japan, Nippon.
Thank you so much, Leon. So remember, purpose can't die. Big up on yourself. Follow me on my Instagram, legitimate. And also remember to like and subscribe and stream. And this is not just for me, this is for Jamaica. So
Yes,
big up,
sir.
guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Well, when you try to live a righteous life, good things happen, right? Lij Tafari Smith,
Not easy,
purpose cannot die. Shaking things up in Japan and in Jamaica. Big up you, Lij. We take a break after this. Rollout is rolling in.